Not a problem. Let me know.
Okay. Yeah, because one thing I wanted to mention, I actually intentionally skipped this checkpoint inside this bonus. And the reason why is after I get that item, I can just restart from checkpoint and skip the backtracking. Okay, you can read that donation.
So I have a $10 donation here from Kepsert that says, "Hi, Wolf. Good luck on the run. I hope you have a good time. You've got this. Also, while you're there with the devs on couch, mind asking them what's up with the refrigerator in level 2? Thanks. Catch you later."
The refrigerator in level 2?
So the backstory with that is somebody, while I was doing some attempts recently, pointed out, hey, that's pretty curious that there are circus tents in the background in level 1. And I started just looking in the background and like I took some deaths because of it. And then people in my chat started trolling me about it. Oh yeah, by the way, there's also a refrigerator in level 2 and a big shrimp in level 4.
Oh, you mean you haven't seen them?
Not you too.
So the circus tents, there's a reason behind that.
Yeah.
It was actually like the level is called Midsummer Meadows, and it was previously it was way more like it was a hub level actually.
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting.
It was supposed to be a hub level, and all of the levels are like, since the original game had very much Japanese references, we were like playing a lot with having a lot of Swedish references in the game, and there's still a lot of Swedish / Scandinavian references in the game, but we toned it down quite a lot in the final product. But yeah, you can still see a lot of it if you know what you're looking for.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So yeah, that's why the first level is like midsummer, because of Sweden midsummer things, and instruments that David are using is like a lot of traditional Scandinavian instruments.
But
nice.
So wait, is there a refrigerator in the background of level 2? Is this?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Yeah, no, not intentionally anyway.
I guess we'll never know.
The refrigerator was inside you all along.
It's the cake is a lie.
Okay.
Yeah, this. Okay. So that boss fight is supposed to be a lot longer.
Wow.
So you're supposed to wait around for enemies, and then it like rises back up into a new phase, and then you hit 2 switches, and it rises back up into a new phase. But you can just use that enemy coming out to get on top of it right away, and hit the self-destruct switch, conveniently placed on top. That actually used to be a lot harder too. You needed to do a pretty precise start throw, but then I remember that also got updated to make it a bit easier, which is nice because that definitely killed runs. Oh yeah, that's out of bounds thing. So yeah, that's a completely optional chest area. It just turns out that if you get up there and jump left, you can reunite with a later part of the level. So we skip up. Not even that big of a portion, but it still saves like 10 seconds. Oh. And this is a hidden shortcut.
I hope people who wanted to play this game ain't afraid of it, because doesn't get afraid of it because they see you just run through it and like, this looks hard, because it's easier than it looks sometimes. Not to pull off the speedrun strats, of course, but like casual runs of the game.
Yeah. This game is made a lot easier by the fact that there's checkpoints at every corner, pretty much.
Yeah.
So even stuff that is a bit difficult, you have a lot of attempts at it. Like
and all the checkpoints also refresh all your health, so there's no pickups or items that does that for you. You just automatically get that, and there's no extra lives or continues. So it's very accessible in that sense.
Now some of these trending sections are difficult. This is a difficult bonus.
Yeah.
I will say I am seeing a lot of love for the game in the donations.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice.
We're super honored to be here.
Yeah, like this is, dream come true, man.
Yep.
Okay.
I have one here, a $50 donation from Kurthar that says, "It's great to see Gimmick 2 being run at AGDQ. by one of my favorite runners. Good luck to you, Wolf. This
thank you.
is looking like a good start so far. Yeah, that hurt me to read. That was a pun.
Oh, you have heard nothing. People in my
nice.
circles do that every living minute.
Okay, you know what? I'll do this to myself. Chat, send in your puns.
On?
You have to put them towards the Ane-san category upgrade. It's the only way I'll read them.
Fair enough.
By the way,
All
that
right.
sticker you picked up was actually a reference to a previous game of ours.
Yeah, well, one of our first games
Oh.
called Cow Dash. Yeah. So we've had some. When I say we, I mean I have had some obsessions of making games featuring cows. So we have like a cow in every game, in honor of our first game. So yeah.
Oh, nice. There's another member in the speedrunning community for this game that loves cows. So there you go.
Cows are awesome.
Cows are awesome.
Okay, this I consider to be the hardest screen in the level. There's a hidden shortcut over here. Okay, well, that's not how I was expecting to die, but
That's how I was like.
I mean, it is hard.
yeah. Okay, so let's give this another try. This is both of these shortcuts in this level got found pretty quickly, but I do remember there was still a bit of time where we ran without these, and then suddenly this got discovered and was like, okay, well, time to cut out this entire section. Okay, we hit this checkpoint.
Ever run it again?
Okay, sometimes there's this spear huggy that's supposed to come from the pipe. Sometimes it fails to spawn. I'm not too sure why. I'm always ready to parry it with a star, but yeah. And then we can gate boost. Jumping low to avoid. No, never mind. I fired an arrow. It's fine. Block the star or those arrows.
Fun fact: the seagull noise is actually the audio designer doing it himself.
Oh,
Yes.
nice. Okay, so we have our second bonus here. This one is pretty difficult too. I'm gonna wait for this wing to be on the left side. Bit of fire door here, but it's okay.
Nice.
Okay, this bonus is scary. Okay, one last difficult thing. There we go.
I mean, you make this look easy. This is.
Yeah, this is so hard.
I think this took
It
an
is
hour
hard.
the first time.
Yeah, both of these bonuses in level 5 on my first playthrough were pretty difficult to clear. Okay, we're going back here. These platforms can be on slightly different cycles sometimes. So sometimes, if they're swinging to the left, you can directly go to the right. But in that case, I had to go back. Let's see. Oh yeah, this right side climb. Okay, there we go.
Oof.
Oh, nice.
That's a bit difficult, actually. Okay, we're actually almost at the boss.
Yeah, you make this look so easy.
Thanks. I guess it's not like that difficult of a speedrun to pick up at a basic level, because a lot of the stuff I'm doing, you have a lot of alternatives that you can choose from with varying levels of difficulty. But this is a speedrun with an insanely high skill ceiling, which is amazing.
And we saw there's a tool assisted speedrun of the first level. That's
Yes.
mind-blowing.
It's almost a full minute faster than the best RTA time, which is insane. Like, it's basically 30% of the run. Oh yeah, you can see
Yes.
this boss.
Oh, this boss. I think it's been redesigned like 12 times or something.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's a
Okay,
bit of a
so
callback
final level.
to the twin fights in the original game.
Yeah. So this is the first phase of the final boss of the original
Oh, yeah,
game.
this too.
The true final boss, yeah. But it was just a stack of Huggies.
I love this twist. Okay, so we have 3 rooms to clear, or not. Oh, whoops, didn't make it.
Oof.
I'm doing a pretty hard setup for this. There's easier ways. Now, I'm going to restart from checkpoint immediately to make these orbs consistent, because otherwise I believe they're based on a global timer, once again.
They're based on global timer, correct? Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
never mind.
Oh no.
Oof.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, just this skip to take this door instead of going through the other two doors saves a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 entire rooms that we're saving. Okay, Ohagi turned around so we can use him to get up. Okay, so hopefully I remembered about every bonus. I think I did. We have a very difficult boss fight coming up. Just in time. Double star jumps. Okay,
Show off.
so this is Manto. Right, so this fight takes 9 hits. Oh, I already failed the beginning. That's fine. 1, 2, 3. Hit him again. Do this. So he gets pretty high, and we can use this archer to hit him for a bit. Nice, he's doing orb. But then we need to start doing this. I think I'm gonna wait.
Oof. Wow.
Okay, let me clear this.
I love this song, by the way. This is one of my favorites. in the
Same.
game.
I agree.
Oh, this one or the one that...
Both of them.
Both of them. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Whoops. So that's how. That's where 80% would end. You would fight an easier version of that boss fight, and then you realize that you haven't actually done the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So all this is extra because you picked up all of those treasures along the way.
Yep.
When Gustav, our level designer, was tasked with building this extra section and make it really hard, he was overjoyed.
He was glowing.
I mean, I've never seen him so happy.
This is definitely incredible. Like when I beat this game for the first time, I got the normal ending first, and then I did this, and I was pretty blown away by just how insane this entire section is.
Yeah, because to get to this, you need to have taken all those treasures, of course, and just taking those are hard. So we're like, okay, the level of skill you have to be here needs to be quite high.
Yeah, exactly.
Even this boss fight is... Okay, I hit him. Okay, so that third hit is pretty crucial because it makes this fight play out a bit out of sequence. So the bubbles are supposed to be on the right side now.
Yeah.
Instead, what will end up happening... so Manto would normally go on the left and destroy the bubbles on the right. Instead, he's gonna hit nothing, and then we can hit him again.
Yeah,
Wow.
you off-synced
Nice.
the whole phase.
I'm gonna play it safe here. And then we just have one final hit to go. Nice, okay. Wait, because he still has a hitbox. And then we can proceed. Okay, phase 3.
That whole mantle fight was a pain to optimize on for Switch, by the way. A lot of
Ooh.
particles.
Yeah, I can imagine these orbs are pretty intensive. Okay, so this is an auto-scroll. It's probably a bit more difficult than it looks, but I mean, once you know where to stand, it's pretty easy. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get under and then rush. So I want to make it here early, so I can hit that.
Also, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I had real fun making the Northern Lights shader for this level.
Oh yeah, I
It's
have
very
noticed this,
subtle,
yeah.
but the top is... It's all about a bunch of math, and I love it.
Okay, final phase. He's gonna summon a bunch of clones, so we can tell who the real one is. Here are the way because he's still gonna be flashing from the first hit. But when they spawn, actually, if you watch their idle animations, the real one is always gonna have his eyes wide open, or is gonna be in a laughing pose. Meanwhile, the clones are always gonna be in the middle of an orb charging animation. Trying for a blind hit. That's gonna clear some clones here. I didn't actually watch. Okay, this one. We can get a hit here. Never mind, I missed. And then one final hit, and that is it. Awesome. That was a pretty good run.
Good job.
Wow.
Good job.
Good job.
Thank you. Spam is coming up as soon as the Fade to Black happens, which is in just a little bit. 3, 2, 1, time.
Wow, good job, man.
That was
Good job.
incredible.
That was fast.
Thank you very much. This is, I mean, as I've kind of said at the beginning of this is honestly one of the best speed games I've ever done. It only came out, last September? I think we have a pretty decent amount of optimizations, but like the depth is absurd. It feels like constantly every day that somebody's like putting their hands on this game, something new is getting found, like a slightly better way to do a screen, like a slightly faster star, something like that. It doesn't feel like we're running out of improvements anytime soon, which I think is incredible. Like that's a very good thing for a speedrun to have.
Yeah. Thank you so much for running it. Like just the fact that you've picked up this, like speedrunners have picked up this. We were hoping for it, of course, but you can never know. So it's super fun.
Yeah, it's really nice to see the community, like you say, find new strats and things that we're like totally oblivious to.
Yep.
Got to do it. Okay, so I skipped the credits real quick because right before I go, I do want to show off one quick thing. We're just going to delete the file that we just beat because why not?
Yeah, speaking of finding things.
Remember when I said that this screen is a bit suspicious? So another suspicious thing, why is there water over here? So if you jump on this top block and then jump into the water and dive and hold left, there's a secret.
An unnamed switch.
Yeah. So it should. It doesn't look like it did anything, but it becomes pretty obvious pretty soon what it actually does. As soon as you get over here, whoops, I fell. There's no checkpoints.
No checkpoints.
So,
No checkpoints.
if you want that really hard playthrough of this game, this is no checkpoint mode that you can activate through that hidden switch. Shout out to -7 for finding this one. Once again, she was in my stream some time ago and like talking about her first playthrough and was like, too bad I found the hidden switch on my first playthrough in the difficulty selection screen. And we were like, what?
I mean, you can still play it in assisted mode.
Yeah, you
But
can. It does make it a bit easier.
Yeah, and you still have the big warp checkpoints, so that's at least something.
Yeah, so at least you do have, like, you don't have to play like a several minutes long level without doing anything else. With the exception of the final level, if you're doing true ending, which you are going to have to do the entirety of from the beginning.
Yeah.
The entire
And
boss
remember that the checkpoints also heal you. So if you do the final true level, there's absolutely no way to regain health.
Yep.
And you need to complete all of it in one life.
Yep.
So GG.
Thank you so much for that run, and thank you for showing off that secret. That is